Hello and welcome back to our Wonder Twins series with Tom and Jerry, the two American Wonder Kids. Last time, Tom was at Manchester City and Jerry was with Borussia Dortmund. You can see Tom is still with Man City, but Jerry has made the switch to the Premier League as well and has joined Chelsea. Tom over here on the left is still in the lead with a value at 113 million and Jerry at 93 million. Tom is also on a better contract with 20 million a year compared to Jerry's 10 million a year. Why don't we switch down here and take a look at the attributes? Tom is still definitely the more technically gifted player. His attacking is still at a staggering 17 compared to his brother's 11. Jerry does still hold out the lead with defending by 1 point, and he's very close with all the other attributes, but Tom definitely has a huge advantage in that attacking part of his game. But why don't we switch over to Tom's profile here and take a closer look at his attributes and stats. So in his technical stats here, he still has some very, very high technical stats. 19 for first touch, 18 for long shots, 19 for passing, and 18 for technique. Those are some insane attributes. And then his mental stats are even better. 18 anticipation, 19 composure, 20 for decisions, 19 for off the ball, 16 positioning, and 20 for vision as well. Those are simply unbelievable to have two 20s in your mental stats. And then his physicals look like they have improved as well. 17 acceleration, he now has 20 agility, 19 balance, 17 for pace, stamina, and strength. Those are just crazy. His player traits, I think he has added, likes to switch the ball to the other flank, perhaps. But, his attributes are simply insane. He's got to be the top-rated player in the whole entire world. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that has better attributes than that, but maybe there is. And taking a look at his international appearances and caps are at 95, and he has 14 goals, so not the best goal ratio, but as a midfielder, chipping in 14 goals is not bad at all. Why don't we switch over here to the career stats? So last time it would have been that 26-27 season, so in 2027-28, he made 28 appearances, 8 goals, 8 assists, 4 player of the matches, with an average rating of 7.39. Very impressive in the Premier League to have those as a midfielder. Following year, he got up to 34 appearances, 13 goals, 9 assists, and 3 player of the matches. Average rating dipped slightly down to a 7.32, but he had more goals and more assists that season. So he is definitely running the show for Man City. And this past year looks like it has been his best season overall. 36 appearances, 10 goals, 12 assists, 4 player of the matches with an average rating of 7.47. That is some insane stat lines right there. Taking a look at his injuries, I'm guessing there hasn't been too many. He did have one major injury in 2029. He had a sports hernia, taking him out for 4 weeks. But other than that, he just had a couple slights and a minor. His milestones are going to be crazy. Got a little bit of scrolling to do here, so Last time we left off right around this period, they just won the Champions League. Then they were runners-up in the Community Shield and the UEFA Super Cup. Got some more Player of the Weeks. He was named Manchester City's Player of the Year. Some more Premier League Players of the Week. Man City then won the FIFA Club World Cup and was voted third place as the CONCACAF Player of the Year. They were runners-up in the Carabao Cup, and the United States were runners-up in the CONCACAF Nations League. And he got some more Players of the Week for the Premier League and was named in the 2028 Players Premier League Team of the Year. Man City was runners-up in the FA Cup once again. Looks like he participated in the 2028 Olympic Games, where he was named to the Dream Team. 2028 was also Man City's Player of the Year once again. Was shortlisted for the 2028 FIFA World Player of the Year. Was named the CONCACAF Player of the Year. Named to the 2028 FIFA World 11 of the Year. Of course, got the seasonal best 11 once again. And Man City runners-up in the Carabao Cup. Then they won the Premier League this year in 2029. USA winners of the Gold Cup. Man City winners of the Community Shield. More Players of the Week, and once again voted Manchester City's Player of the Year, where he has won it 4 years in a row. And named to the 2029 FIFA World 11 of the Year. Voted the CONCACAF Player of the Year once again. He's won that 2 years in a row. Didn't see his brother on the top 3 there, unfortunately. 2030, Man City won the Carabao Cup. And the United States placed 3rd in the CONCACAF Nations League. Man City runners-up in the FA Cup and the Champions League, where he was named into the Champions League Dream Team. So Tom and Manchester City definitely making some big competition plays and wins, racking up the medals and personal accolades along the way. Over here on his transfer status, we have some minor interest from Real Madrid. So perhaps they will be coming in with a big money offer and persuading Tom to join their team. Contract-wise, let's go back to that. Still on the contract for 3 more years. No minimum release fee, so we will see what happens with that. And he still has a short-term plan of wanting to win a trophy and is excited by Man City's chances in the Premier League. So, let's switch over here to Jerry now. His technical stats are looking solid as well. 18 for first touch, 17 for passing, 16 for technique. His defensive stats are looking solid as well. 12 for heading, 15 for marking, 14 for tackling. So he might be playing center back. Not sure, but he does have the attributes to play that solidly as well. But his mental stats are looking pretty dang good as well. 17 anticipation, 16 composure, 18 decisions, 16 positioning, 20 for vision, and 17 for work rate. So the Wonder Twins have some very good vision that runs in their family, apparently. His physical stats are very, very good as well. 16 acceleration, 20 agility, 16 balance, 17 pace, 18 stamina, and 17 for his strength. He is also classified as a world-class midfielder. I think perhaps he has argues with officials now, not sure. But over here with his international stats, he is up to 76 national team appearances, and he has 15 goals to his name. So he has one more goal than his brother, despite having about 20 less appearances. So he seems to be more of a goal scorer, apparently, even though his finishing is only at 6, and he only has 15 furlong shots. So he must be getting in good positionings, or perhaps getting some headed goals from corners if he is playing center back. But over here, taking a look at his career stats, 2027, 28, he did 31 appearances, 2 goals, 11 assists, 2 player of the matches, with a 6.99 for Dortmund. And then in his last year with Dortmund, he made 34 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists, no player of the matches, with an average rating of 6.83. So, bit of an off year, statistically speaking. Perhaps he moved from the midfield back to center back from there. Not sure, because he definitely had more appearances, but didn't seem to get the goals or the assists that he had in previous years. And then in this last year, Chelsea liked what they saw and snapped him up for $87 million. And in the first year with Chelsea, he made a full 38 appearances, 5 goals, racking 14 assists, 2 player of the matches, average rating of 7.13. So he played in every single league match for Chelsea, got a further 11 appearances in the Cups, and 15 appearances on the continental competition stage. So he was very present in this first season with Chelsea. Interesting to see how they finished competition-wise compared to Manchester City. We will take a look at that here. Before we do that, injury-wise, he has avoided any major injuries. A couple moderates, minors, and slights, but very good to see Jerry has not picked up any more major injuries since very early on in this series. His milestone list has grown a little bit. So, down here in 2027, would have left off right around here. Runners up in the Gold Cup with the United States. 3rd place Player of the Year for Dortmund. 2028. Some seasonal best 11s for the United States and Dortmund. Runners up in the Nations League, with the United States. Some Player of the Weeks with Dortmund. 2029, inducted into the United States overall best 11. 2029, looks like he won the Player of the Month for February. That's what I'm going with. I don't speak German, so apologies if that is wrong, but I see February, and that's the only thing I can think of. Some more Players of the Week. He won the German Cup with Dortmund in 2029. And then at the end of the season, bought by Chelsea for $87 million. Part of the United States team that won the Gold Cup in 2029. Named to that dream team. First season with Chelsea. Runners up in the Community Shield, which probably would have been against Manchester City. It was. Let's take a look at that real quick. So the brothers did face off, both of them playing in central midfield. Both of them did get subbed off. None of them got any goals. No goals or assists, but Jerry had 2 chances created. Tom had 1, but it is Manchester City that was victorious in this game. Switching back here. Player of the week, runners up in the UEFA Super Cup. Was that against Manchester City as well? No, it was against Inter. And then 2029, Chelsea winners of the FIFA Club World Cup. And he got the golden ball for the World Cup. So he had most goals at 2, but won it based. Wait, guess it's not the golden boot. It's the golden ball. So that's the best player. My bad. 3rd place in the Nations League. Some player of the weeks named in the Premier League Team of the Year and named into the Chelsea Seasonal Best 11. Let's take a look at the league table here. So Chelsea finishing in 2nd place, 1 position better than Manchester City. So Tom and Jerry fighting it out, coming in 2nd and 3rd, but Arsenal are the winners of this title this year. Jerry, considered a key player, has no interest going on right now. Contract rise. He has his contract running until 2034 and is considered that key player. He has no dynamics going on right now. But why don't we go ahead and switch over here to the national team. So, top players. Jerry ranks number 1, and Tom is in 2nd place. So that is a bit of a twist. But over here, key player is Tom. So, not sure about that. So see that Michael Jackson plays for the national team as well as the goalkeeper. But still sitting in 14th place in the rankings, where they've been pretty consistent in that range. Switch over here to the schedule. So they easily qualified for this next World Cup, which should be going on this summer in 2030. Take a closer look at that. But this was the year they won the Gold Cup with a 3-2 victory in extra time over Mexico. Tom and Jerry, part of that midfield engine there. And then this last year, the World Cup has just finished up. We'll take a look there. So they were part of Group K, where they were paired against Paraguay and Poland. They advanced out of the group off of 2 draws, where in the second round they come up against Spain, where they unfortunately lose 1-3. So they see their World Cup come to an end in the second round. So both of them, unfortunately, not advancing as far as they did last time. Both of them were part of the team. Jerry playing center back and Tom playing in that midfield. So it will be interesting to see if they are a part of the next World Cup team. Both of them will be 31 years old. So right now, they are both probably near the peak of their game. But this is where this episode will be coming to an end. We will be simulating another 3 years, when both of them will be 30 years old. Be interesting to see how the twins are getting on now that both of them are playing in England. Until next time, it has been your Boyd 147. Whoop.